Assalamualaikum. We have started anatomy of the heart, in which we have already studied about the anatomy of the chamber, the surfaces, the borders, and about the anatomy of the right atrium. Now today we are going to discuss about the anatomy of the right ventricle. In the right ventricle, basically blood comes from the right atrium through atrioventricular orifice. In the this is right ventricle, this is right atrium. Blood come from the right atrium into the right ventricle, and there is an orifice, an opening between the atrium and the ventricle called the atrioventricular orifice. Through this orifice, the blood come from the atrium to the ventricle, and the blood leave the ventricle through the pulmonary trunk. The blood then leave this ventricle through the pulmonary trunk, and in the pulmonary trunk, there is a funnel shape opening. There is a opening in the pulmonary trunk, and before this opening, there is a funnel shape a cavity, funnel shape, a ventricular cavity, which is called infundibulum. This funnel shaped cavity, through which the ventricle is connected to the orifices to the orifice of the ventricular trunk, this funnel shaped cavity is called the infundibulum. So in the right ventricle there is infundibulum, which is also called conus arteriosum, and it is funnel shaped narrow cavity where the right ventricle approaches the pulmonary orifice, the wall of the right ventricle is thicker than the right atrium, and the pulmonary orifice is guarded by pulmonary wall. The pulmonary orifice, this opening has a wall called the pulmonary wall. The pulmonary wall has three parts called the cusp of the pulmonary wall, which are anterior cusp, right cusp, and left cusp, and these cusps are attached to the atrial wall. These cusps in the pulmonary wall are attached to the wall of the atrium. This is the pulmonary orifice. In this orifice there is a tricuspid wall, and the three cusps of this wall are attached to the wall of this right atrium. The three cusps are attached to the wall of atriums. Both the atriums and the cusps are attached. Form a cup-like cavity called the pulmonary sinus. Inside the cavity, the muscle bundles form ridges. The muscle bundle form ridges, which are called trabeculae carni, and these give the sponge-like appearance to the ventricular cavity. Inside the ventricle, there are muscle which form ridges, and these ridges are called trabeculae carni. There are three forms of trabeculae carni: the papillary muscle, the septomarginal muscle, septomarginal trabeculae, and the prominent ridges. The papillary muscle, the base is attached to the ventricular wall, while its apex is attached to the fibrous cord, and this cord is called the chordae tendineae, and these cords are then attached to the cusp of the tricuspid wall. What is tricuspid wall? Between the right atrium and right ventricle, there is a wall called tricuspid wall, which have three cusps: anterior cusp, right cusp, and left cusp. These cusps are attached to the these cusps are basically the attached to the fibrous cords, and these fibrous cords are called chordae tendineae, and these fibrous cords are then attached to the muscle. These cords are then attached to the muscle ridges, and these muscle ridges are called papillary muscle. So there are papillary muscle in the ventricular wall, and this papillary muscle is attached to the tricuspid wall through a fibrous cord, and these fibrous cord are called chordae tendineae. So what is chordae tendineae? These fibrous cords, these are called chordae tendineae, and these muscle ridges are called papillary muscle, and this wall is called tricuspid wall. And septomarginal trabeculi, basically these crosses the ventricular cavity from the septum to the anterior wall and convey right branch of atrioventricular. In the septum of the ventricle there is some nerves coming which conveys the electrical activity within the heart, and this in this septum there are some nerves which are called bundle of his, and the right branch of this ventricular bundle, there is a branch of this ventricular, the bundle of his consists of a branch called the right branch. Its right branch basically present in the septomarginal trabeculi, in the muscle ridges which are called septomarginal trabeculi, and this septomarginal trabeculi crosses the cavity from the septum to the anterior wall. This is the septum in between the two ventricle, and these septomarginal trabeculi are basically muscle ridges which extend from this septum. These ridges are extending from this septum and attached to the anterior wall of the ventricle, and it basically conveys, and in these muscles there is some branches of nerve called the right branch of atrioventricular bundle. Right ventricle has also right atrioventricular orifice called the tricuspid wall. We have already discussed about the tricuspid wall, but they says that the tricuspid wall, the cusp of the tricuspid wall is made from endocardium fold and from the connective tissue. The inner layer of the heart fold and form the cusp of the tricuspid wall, as well as some connective tissue form these cusps. Now, what are the types of cusp? We have already discussed anterior cusp, septal cusp, and posterior cusp. These were the cusp of the pulmonary orifice. Now, in the tricuspid wall, which is between the in between the right atrium and the right ventricle, there is also a wall which is called atrioventricular wall or tricuspid wall. The tricuspid wall is also consists of three cusps, which is formed from the endothelium and connective tissue. And these three cusps are the anterior cusp, the septal cusp, and the posterior cusp. Or posterior cusp lie inferiorly, anterior septal cusp lie against the ventricular septum, that is septal cusp lie close to the ventricular septum, and anterior cusp lie anteriorly. Now the edges of the cusp attaches to the connective tissue. When ventricle contract, the papillary muscle contract to prevent the cusp from moving into the atrium. When the ventricle contracts during systole, when the ventricle contract, the papillary muscle also contract, and these cusps move back to the ventricle, but there are papillary muscle which prevent the moving back of these cusps into the atrium. The function of the papillary muscle is basically to prevent the cusp from moving back into the atrium. Now, what is the anatomy of the left atrium? Left atrium, like right atrium, consists of auricle, air-like outpouch, and atrium proper. The auricle consists of pectinate muscle, which are ridges in the auricle. There are muscular ridges in the auricle called muscle pectini or pectinate muscle, while the atrium proper is smooth. It has no muscular ridges. Now we will discuss about the wall and the opening of the left atrium. So there are 4 pulmonary veins opening into the left atrium, and there is atrioventricular orifice guarded by mitral valve. This is the left atrium, this is the left ventricle, and there is a wall between the left atrium and left ventricle, which is called bicuspid wall or the mitral wall. It has basically 2 cusps, and there are 4 pulmonary veins in this left atrium. In this left atrium, 4 pulmonary veins open. 4 pulmonary veins opens, and these veins has no wall, and these coming from the lungs, and they carry oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium. These veins basically carry oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium, while in the right ventricle there is pulmonary trunk, and this pulmonary trunk consists of two pulmonary arteries, and these pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. So the deoxygenated blood to the lungs is carried by the pulmonary artery, which are two in number, while the oxygenated blood from the lungs is carried to the heart by the pulmonary veins, which are four in number, and these open in the left atrium, while the pulmonary arteries comes out from the right ventricle. This is a summary of the of the anatomy of the left atrium, in which there is a auricle, there is a cavity, there are pectinate muscle within the auricle, there are four veins, and there is mitral wall. And this is the anatomy of the right atrium, which we have discussed in our previous video. The right ventricle also consists of auricle, cavity, and crista terminalis, sulcus terminalis, and opening like superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, coronary sinus. We have already discussed all about these things. And there was septum in between the two between the right atrium and the left atrium. There was a septum in between them, and this septum consists of some depression, which we called as the fossa ovalis and annulus ovalis. And now about the right ventricle, we have discussed that it has atrioventricular orifice called the tricuspid wall. Between the right atrium and right ventricle, there is a wall called the tricuspid wall, which have three cusps. The cusps are anterior, septal, and posterior. While in the right ventricle, we have already discussed that pulmonary trunk arise from the right ventricle, and it consists of infundibulum, the area just behind the pulmonary orifice, and the pulmonary orifice. The funnel shaped area is called infundibulum, and there is an opening or hole to the pulmonary arteries, which is the pulmonary orifice, and it has wall called the pulmonary wall, and the pulmonary wall also consists of three cusps: the anterior, the right, and the left. And we have discussed that there are some muscle ridges in the cavity of the right ventricle, and these are called trabeculi, and these trabeculi basically are of three types: the papillary muscle, the septomarginal muscle, and the prominent ridges. And now we are going to discuss about the anatomy of the left ventricle. So the left ventricle consists of left atrioventricular orifice. Blood we have blood enter to the left ventricle from the left atrium through the atrioventricular orifice, and the blood leaves to the aortic orifice, and I think we have already discussed about it. So in the left ventricle, there is also atrioventricular orifice, which is guarded by a mitral wall. That is between the left atrium and the left ventricle. There is also a wall called the mitral wall, and the blood leaves this left ventricle through aorta, and in the aorta there is also an orifice called aortic orifice, and this aortic orifice is guarded by a tricuspid wall, which has also three cusps. The blood leaves from the left ventricle through aorta, and in aorta there is orifice called aortic orifice, and there is also aortic vestibule. There is before the orifice there is a narrow funnel shaped area, which is called the aortic vestibule. It forms the outflow tract from the ventricle. From the left ventricle, the blood enters through the aortic vestibule, then pass through this aortic orifice, this aortic opening, into the main aorta, and this aortic opening is basically guarded by mitral wall. The left ventricle wall, its wall is 3 times thicker than the right ventricular wall, and the pressure in the left ventricle is 6 times greater than the right ventricle. There are also muscle ridges in the left ventricle, as we have discussed in the right ventricle: trabeculae carni, 2 papillary muscle, but there is no septal marginal muscle. We have discussed that there are septal marginal muscle in the right ventricle, but in the left ventricle there is no septal marginal muscle, and the walls the walls consist of the mitral wall, which have two cusps, the anterior cusp, the posterior cusp, and the aortic wall. And the aortic wall guard the aortic orifice. It has also three cusps: the right coronary, the left coronary, and non-coronary or posterior cusp. And these cusp of the mitral wall is also attached to the fibrous cord, which are called chorda tendineae, and these fibrous cord are then attached to the papillary muscle. And in the summary of the left ventricle is that it consists of mitral wall. Between the left atrium, left ventricle, it consists the aortic wall in the which guard the aortic orifice, and it also consists of aortic vestibule, which is a narrow funnel like area. It consists of two large papillary muscle, and it consists of the trabeculae carni, which are a muscular bundle, muscular folds are called trabeculae carni, which consist of two major papillary muscle, and there is no septomarginal muscle in the left ventricle. And we have discussed about the wall of the right ventricle. The tricuspid is the wall between the right atrium and the right ventricle. The aortic is the wall between the aorta and the right ventricle. And pulmonary wall we have discussed in the pulmonary trunk, and all these three walls have three cusps, while the mitral wall has two cusps. This was all about the heart anatomy. In the next lecture we will discuss about the arterial supply and the blood supply of the heart. Thank you.